There are only two industries that call their customers users: illegal drugs and social media. Brilliant, jaw-dropping statement, isn't it? Unfortunately, I can't take credit for it because it's from the award-winning Netflix docudrama called The Social Dilemma. Welcome back to As We Speak, everybody. Today, I wanted to talk to you about what we as parents can really take away from this very compelling film. Now, The Social Dilemma features insightful revelations from the big kahunas of today's tech industry, the creators of the technology that you and I literally cannot function without. And they basically have two very dire messages that we already kind of knew, but really hit home. The first one is that social media is hopelessly addictive. And the second one is that we are the products of this business model, which is constantly evolving in hooking us and manipulating us with every click and scroll of our finger. Now, we know that the algorithms on play in these platforms keep feeding us what we like to see, what we like to read, and what we like to absorb. In the documentary, the algorithms are literally humanized, they're personified to make us understand what the big shots of these companies like Google and Facebook eventually confess. That the creators of this technology no longer actually have the ability to control the algorithm and the AI, which is only getting smarter with every gigabyte of data that it consumes. So what does this mean for our kids, our internet generation Z? Well, according to Google design ethicist Tristan Harris, these apps weren't created by nurturing psychologists with our children's interest and development at heart. In fact, children are the most vulnerable victims of these apps. Especially social media starts to dig deeper and deeper into the brainstem and take over our kids' sense of self-worth and identity. And when you watch the film, you'll realize that the statistics really do speak for themselves. Again, we all know this, but when it is dramatized and coming straight from the horse's mouth, we realize that it is really a very critical time to find solutions to this social dilemma. So what's been recommended? Number 1, switch off all your notifications. Number 2, don't let the AI dictate to you what you can and cannot absorb, meaning don't just watch everything that YouTube feeds you. Go out of your way, look for something else, research something else, try to beat the system. Number 3, follow accounts you don't agree with. Follow channels you don't agree with. Follow people you don't agree with. So this way you understand both sides of a story. Number 4, fact check, fact check, fact check. Because fake news is actually much more profitable on these apps than the real truth. Number 5, and this one is really non-negotiable, guys. No devices in the kids' bedrooms after a certain agreed time. No charging, no leaving them in the bedroom, nothing. Now, the last commandment is probably the hardest to follow. The tech gurus say that social media should not be used by children until they're 16 years old. And we know how militant they themselves are about their own children's screen time usage when they're the creators of this technology. Now, I have a teen, and I think it's very difficult to do something like this. And when we look at what's happened this year, when we look at the pandemic and the lockdown, we realize that this technology has in a way been a savior in helping our kids to connect with their friends, connect with the outside world at a time which has been so isolating. So I think that because the 21st century is the age of exponential technology, that we have to do a lot of hard work, a lot of groundwork by educating our kids and talking to them about responsible, democratic social media usage. We have to keep talking about it. We have to be relentless about this because their future depends on it. And while we can't live without technology, we definitely need to make sure that it can't control us. So guys, why not start with actually watching the film with your kids? It just might make them delete an app or two. Thanks for watching. Bye.